We're going to go and bring him on. Mr. Johnny G, the owner and founder of Micro Championship Wrestling.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm doing good, Johnny. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm here with the tiniest Terra Blix, the smallest professional athlete in the world, and I have over here with me from Houston, Texas, Kid Quick, our newest here in MCW, our newest rookie over here. He does the cowboy gimmick.
Oh wow!
We're in Orlando, Florida right now. We're in Orlando, Florida right now. We were doing shows in Miami. We're at a place called the House of Horrors all month. Between November 2nd, doing shows every night in the House of Horrors Amusement Park, Miami. But we had a quick call up here. We're in Orlando right now. These two guys here were picked by WWE to come up and shoot some TV for was it NXT? For NXT, they did a tag team match. So they did a tag team match against a couple guys, and that went great. And they did a great job, man. So that's where we are right now in Orlando.
That's wonderful. That is great.
Yeah. That'll be on November 20th. When you get November 20th, it'll be on Thursday night, November 20th, that match. You can check it out.
All right. We'll have to check that out, everybody. Remember that. NXT, November 20th. They'll be on there. Johnny, I know that I wanted to first interview you, and then I'll interview Cowboy. You said the name is Cowboy?
Yeah, I can put you on speakerphone right here, and I got the two guys.
Okay,
right
that's fine, and I can just interview all three of you if that's okay.
There you go. All right, you pass the phone around, whatever you want me to do, bro.
Okay. Hello. How are y'all doing?
Doing pretty good. This is Blix. This is Kid Quick.
Blix.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm making it through another day.
That's all you can do. Kid Quick, I wanted to first of all ask you, how does it feel to be in the number one midget wrestling organization in the world, Micro Championship Wrestling?
It feels wonderful. I love it. It's a job. Take it to height.
That's awesome. But that's all you can do is try to enjoy it the best you can and everything. So what first of all made you decide, hey, I want to be a professional wrestler?
I liked it when I was a kid, and I realized, and I got searching up and involved and tried out, and I liked it, and I kept going.
That's awesome. Do you have any words or anything out there for any midgets out there that have a dream and aspiration to be a professional wrestler like yourself? Do you have any words out there for them or any advice?
I say life is like a midget, so live it up. Like, life is short, you never know.
That's awesome advice.
And if you want to be like a midget, and if you want to be a midget wrestler, call MCW.
Yeah, if there's anybody out there who wants to be a midget wrestler, give Johnny G a call. He'll set you up. We'll get you down to Florida. We'll train you, and hopefully you can earn a spot here in MCW and make the type of money that we're making and do the shows that we do in these bigger venues and stuff.
You heard him, folks. Just give Johnny G a call, and they'll get you hooked up. If you're a midget out there and you want to be a professional wrestler, just give them a call, and they'll help you train and get you worked out. Worked out and everything, and get you ready for that. How's it been being at the House of Horror this past week, guys?
It's been great, man. We've been getting bigger crowds as it's getting closer to Halloween, and the guys here have been rocking out every show, putting their heart and soul into every single match. It's been crazy, but it's been fun.
That's awesome. Blitz, I have to athlete, professional wrestling. I have to ask you. how does that feel? I mean, to know. I mean, how does that feel?
No. Repeat that, please.
I said, with you being the smallest athlete, the midget athlete in the world in midget wrestling, how does that feel?
Well, honestly, I can't answer that truthfully 100% because I've never been anything but the smallest. So I don't know what it would be like to be the biggest midget in the company or a 4 feet tall wrestler. I'm 38 inches tall and 75 pounds, and I just go in there, put my heart and soul into every match, and do my best, and it's gotten me this far.
Okay, as I was looking on the official webpage for Micro Championship Wrestling, is your character kind of like that of a gothic character, or what is that?
Yeah, it's a gothic character, more dark and mysterious type.
Okay, that's I think it's very interesting. Very interesting look and everything. Now I did see that y'all had y'all's picture made with Kiss, Gene Simmons. Have you ever thought about bringing Kiss and Gene Simmons into the company for a storyline, or have you already done that, or?
Not at this time, but like I say, right now we're trying to become get a 1 hour midget wrestling show going regularly on a station on either a Saturday or Sunday morning early. We have 2 time slots we're looking at. We're looking at a Saturday morning show, maybe around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, or Sunday, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, something early like that, or possibly we're looking, if not, it would have to be a late night TV. So we're trying to figure out what direction we want to go on. And once we make those moves, we'll be able to, use some of our know-how and our contacts with celebrities to start bringing them in at that point. But to bring them in now, obviously, they want to be compensated, and right now the money like that is on, the small circuit. It has to be TV involved,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be wonderful if y'all get a TV deal, because I remember watching y'all on True TV, and I gotta say that was some awesome out of control stuff. I mean, I actually remember seeing Meatball. I think he was pretty hardcore on there. I remember seeing him get in there, and he went pretty wild in there. And I remember seeing short sleeve Samson on there. And Simpson, and he was awesome on there. Are y'all still working with Hulk Hogan or short sleeve Simpson?
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen Simpson in a while. He's kind of done his thing. He went into retirement. Simpson went into the retirement thing, and then Hulk. So we had on a show. Somebody's last show that he did with us was Montana last year. He came out with us, and we did a show in Montana together. And the guys, and we brought Brooke out. She did karaoke with us, and we had a blast. But as you know, right now he's got commitments with the WWE, and he's got to do his thing, and he's got to watch what he does with the wrestling stuff. He's committed with them, so he can work with us when he can work with us. He's expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, brother? So it's not like we have him every day.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I know he's a pretty busy person.
Totally, brother. Where you based out of, brother? Where you based?
I'm based in Georgia.
Georgia, man. We do like 120 in Marietta, Georgia. We tear that place up every year, bro. At the Marietta 120, we sell that place out. Right in. Are you anywhere close to Marietta?
No, I'm not. I'm not close to Marietta, but I don't know if you remember this or not, Johnny. But I actually met you and two of the other people that worked with Micro Championship Wrestling. I ran into y'all a couple years ago at Walmart, and I made y'all's picture.
Oh, okay, man. My problem.
Yeah,
and
y'all. I think y'all were getting ready to go to a. I think y'all were getting ready to go to the crazy salon or something.
Could be.
To do a show.
Bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
I think.
Yeah, could be, man. If it was happening,
Yeah.
you would know, man, trust me.
I know that. Do what now?
I said, my midgets like to party. They like to have a good time, you know. They go in, they work hard, and they play hard. They wrestle hard, they work hard, and then they party hard, man. You know? That's the lifestyle.
Yeah.
We can't wrestle. We go hard. Do everything we do it to the extreme, man. We go overboard with everything we do. Gimmicks, storylines, everything. Party, the whole works. We go overboard. That's our reputation.
Wow. Let me ask you this: would you ever be interested in having an alliance in micro championship wrestling similar to that of the Four Horsemen?
Sure. I mean, I'm open-minded to anything, brother. Always keep in mind, because of wrestling, anything can happen, man. You know, anything can happen in the world of wrestling, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm open-minded to anything.
Yeah. Okay. Now I know. Back many years ago, I know you used to work for WCW, Johnny G. You worked as Johnny Attitude back in WCW.
Yeah.
How was that experience working as Johnny Attitude? Because I saw a video of you on YouTube where you had came out dressed up as Goldberg, and then you wrestled Goldberg on Nitro, and I know that you wrestled Conan, and you wrestled Jeff Jarrett and a few others. You worked on WCW Saturday Night, WCW Thunder, WCW Nitro. How was that whole overall experience of working with WCW and working with those athletes?
Oh, man, it's the best, brother. You know, it's like, you know, you don't realize it at the time how lucky you are because, you know, you realize, you know, you look back at it now and you realize at that point, you know, you're one of the best 100 wrestlers in the world, you know. There's only so many TV spots, only so many guys, you know, have the honor and the privilege to wrestle on TV. And, you know, there's everybody in the world, that's the goal, to become, to get good enough to become either WCW or WWE and to be, you know, be on TV. That's the whole goal from day one when you go to wrestling camp. The first idea, the whole reason you're doing it, the whole reason you're going to wrestling school, doing that first push with that first squad is because your goal is to be good enough to be in one of those top two companies to be able to get on TV and perform a match for people and you know, have that respect from the guys in the locker room saying that, you know, you did your job. So, I wish I appreciated it more at the time. You know what I mean? But I'll be honest,
Yeah.
I look back at it. It was one of the, you know, it was the greatest spelling trade for anything in the world. It was incredible, man. It was great. You got to do things, you know, that normal people don't get to do. You know, live a life.
Yeah.
And it's led me to live this lifestyle I live now, which is travel and go around the world with these guys and watch them get successful and watch them learn and you know, in the business, man. You know, I love the business. Get to travel and you know, every day is a different experience. It's not like it's 9 to 5 job. You don't punch a card and flip hamburgers for 12 hours. Every day is a new city, a new place, a new experience. It's, you know, everything. It's great. I love it.
So you were talking about traveling, you know, traveling around the world and stuff. I like to ask, where has Micro Championship Wrestling ever traveled to another country outside of the United States?
Yeah, well, we're going over to Canada, and we right now we're trying to set a bunch of stuff up. We have some stuff over Costa Rica and Nicaragua that we were negotiating with Palms Casino, but we're waiting to all the legal. There's a lot of legal things going on right now, so it's really tough.
Yeah.
To get a group of guys out of the country with work visas.
Yeah.
These days. And make it financially reasonable. You know, it's very expensive now. So that all depends on the casinos that are bringing us over there. You know, if they're willing to pay the price, we're willing to go. You know, but it's obviously got to be profitable. You know.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying on that. If you would like to call in and speak to Johnny G or Blitz or Cowboy Kid, I believe it is. Is that correct?
Cowboy Kid Quick. Yeah.
Cowboy Kid Quick. Call in at 773-897-6289, and they'll be glad to take your calls. And when you call in, press 1. Cowboy Kid Quick.
Yeah.
Who in the sport, who in in the sport of midget wrestling would you call like a Ric Flair? Who would you consider to be like a Ric Flair of midget wrestling?
In the midget wrestling?
Uh huh.
No,
That's a tough one. Nobody, really.
Nobody. Okay. What about a Hulk Hogan or a John Cena?
Can't really compare. Nobody.
Yeah, to be honest with you, here's the deal that they've been trying to keep quick as new, man. Especially in MCW, we don't have one star. Every single guy is a star and a totally different character. So what the whole idea of MCW is not about having an individual star. It's having equal stars where the whole show is from A to Z, has a great flow. See, every character feeds off each other so that nobody's bigger. So everybody in MCW, all the midgets, they put each other over, and they put each other over in every which way. So it's kind of like everybody that gets over gets over. Even the bad guys that by the end of the show, when we take a final bow, they heels are getting over because everybody knows how they work together. They really work together as a team to get each other over. So it's kind of hard to say there's Hulk Hogan because Hulk Hogan comes in there and he's a headliner, and we don't have one guy that's a headliner. But we have Blix, who's our veteran. A veteran, he starts to show off.
Yeah.
He does a lot of microphone work. He's got a silver tongue. So he would be our leader, I would say. If that's what you mean.
Well, I've got to honestly say, Johnny, that and Kid Quick and Blitz that I admire y'all because y'all are actually taking the sport of midget wrestling and y'all are doing something totally different than the WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, any of these companies out here right now because y'all, everybody in the company on the same page. You're not having the same star out there wrestling week in and week out, fighting over and over. Nobody's bigger than nobody. Nobody's got an ego problem. Y'all are all on the same page, and I have to say, I admire y'all for that. I think that's wonderful.
Well, thank you very much.
Because go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, what we're doing with this company is proving to the world that people under 4.5 feet tall can be athletes. They can do the stuff that you see on WWE, and we actually deserve the respect and the attention because we can do what the Hogans have done and the Flairs have done and the Cenas have done. All we need is people to turn around and look. Just come watch a show one time, and you'll be a micromaniac for life.
Yeah, I think that's I just think that's awesome. I mean, I honestly do, and I know that in the past y'all have also worked with Jimmy Hart as well as Brian Knobs. How was that experience? I mean, I know that Kid Quick might not know because he just got into the promotion, but how was that experience, Blitz and Johnny G?
Let me give you a little list of rundown of the guys that have worked with MCW shows and Micro Championship Wrestling shows. We've had Hulk Hogan, Brian Knobs, Jerry Saggs, Jimmy Hart, Greg Hammer Valentine, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Ric Flair, Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner, Buff Bagwell, Coco Beware, Jimmy Evil Neidhart, Goldberg, God, the list goes on. These are guys that have worked with actual MCW shows. I mean, how many midget companies do you know have you ever heard of? Company that works with that many stars, top. I mean, you're doing Flair, Goldberg, and three of the biggest stars in the world have worked with MCW. So, like I said, we put on a great show, bro. We know what we're doing. We got a great production. And,
that's incredible.
I mean, those guys, think about it, those guys are not going to come to a show where they're going to have 50 people in the audience. For example, with that Goldberg show alone, we had 5,600 people in the audience that day. So
wow. Are y'all going to be running any shows in Georgia anytime soon? I mean, not Marietta, but I mean anywhere else in Georgia.
I believe we're going to be up there in January. From what I said, we're going to be in Seattle, Washington, the first week of January. But I believe our second tour in January will be coming through the 120 in Marietta. We'll be at Fort Walton Beach probably right before that. So we're going to be doing something between Fort Walton Beach and Marietta, Georgia, which I believe Columbus, Georgia is in between there. And so we're probably looking for something in the Columbus, Georgia area on a Friday night, you know. Well, what part of Georgia are you living in? Where are you from?
I'm from close to the Atlanta area, Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, well, whatever. What city? What's the name of it?
Forest Park.
Oh, I know. I used to live in Marietta when I worked with WCW. I know. I used to live up Warren.
You did?
Yeah, I lived right
Oh, wow.
Park when I worked there for Ted Turner. I was with WCW. I went to the power plant. That's where I used to go. And I lived in Marietta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the deal, bro. These are the hardest working professional midget wrestlers of all time. Here's what I did, bro. I found the best of the best midget wrestlers, and then now it's taken 6 years now we've been together, and I've slowly had to shave off any dead weight, any guys that weren't serious or team players. I'm now left with the three of the original superstars that I started with, which are the glue of the company, Blix, Huggy, Cup, and Meatball. And I've now slowly over the years, we've added different pieces of the puzzle like Cowboy to bring it in to make it a tight unit. We've had a lot of midget wrestlers come and go. Some guys, their body can't take it. They just, mentally can't take the tours, being away from home. This wrestling isn't for everybody. It's tough mentally and physically. So we've got a lot of people try to hang with the guys, but, like I said, it's hard to be in a number one company. You know what I mean? You're always on the road, you're working, you got family. But like I said, these guys are giving 110%, and when you see a show, it shows. The difference between this show and any other midget show, it's not even days. Between New York Yankees and a Little League team is the difference between our show and the closest midget wrestling show. I can't even tell you. It's like Monday Night Raw against a little independent show to BSW. That's the difference when you see a micro championship wrestling show and another midget wrestling company show. That's not. And the only way to show it's surprise is see we hate when another company tries to go in a place, they kill it. People are like, oh, that's midget wrestling. When they see our show, first thing they do is, wow, when are you guys coming back? We can't wait to see this again. So
yeah.
You guys are all professionals, all professionally trained. So come out, man. Check us out. Micro Championship Wrestling, Facebook or MCWNation.com.
So do y'all have TLC matches?
Honestly, our ring being a 12 by 12, we can't really put ladders and tables in the ring, but we do use little things here and there, like cookie sheets. Every once in a while, we might pull out a staple gun or break a table here and there.
Oh, wow.
Anything we do, brother. Right now, like I said, and our deal is, like I said, all our shows are matches different. We go back to a territory. So, something like that, without it, you build up to something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody does everything without a build up. You just do a table and hey, build it up, man. It's like a match. You do 150 highest spots in a match. What's a finish? These guys in MCW, they understand psychology, unlike a lot of independent companies that they know how to build a show and the anticipation. These guys are like a TLC match. So go to a territory first show and do a match. You got to build up to that, So we have
that's true. That's true.
Those stage matches, but it'll play. Like I said, after we've been to that same territory, maybe 3th, 4th, or 5th time, then we pull out a real specialty match,
So I mean, in other words, micro championship wrestling basically they build up to all these big matches. They don't just give the fans all these big matches at once like WWE does or TNA or any of these other companies.
They build up to it too, brother. They don't just do it. They build up. Every time you see one of those specialty matches, there's a build up to it, all right? I mean, they don't just do it.
That's true.
They're building the angle up. It's the same thing with this, bro. Because you got to, like I said, we build it. So once we get, if you do our first show, say we have 1,000 people. Second show is 1,500. Third show is
Yeah.
Now we say, okay, you know what? Let's jump this thing to 4,000 people. So we're gonna bring in a steel cage. Now we have to steel cage. Why bring the steel cage in before if the numbers are still going up? You wait till you need something to get that extra drop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to help promote it and everything, to help get more of an audience.
But if you're already
I got you.
every building you're going to, well, you know what I mean, you gotta give them a great show first. Let's see where what I mean. There's so many great our show, brother. Like I said, you have to see it. It's a total storyline. So even though we may not have a giant gimmick match, we have like the Royal 20-second Royal Rumbles, things like that. So there's something thrown in.
Well, I wanna ask you. Speaking of,
you only have so much time. 2 hours.
Yeah. Speaking of midget wrestling, I wanted to ask you: is Super Porky still wrestling?
Who?
Super Porky. They used to wrestle for WCW.
I don't know. Never heard of him.
I've never heard of him.
Oh, you haven't? He came out of Mexico, I believe. Super Porky?
I don't know. I've been talking to a couple of Mexican wrestlers recently that I'm interested in talking with. So, but I didn't know. Heard of the name Super Porky though.
Oh, it might just.
Wrestlers, bro. We're always looking for the best of the best in MCW. If they could cut the grade with you guys, I have. We're like the Marines, brother. The best of the best. But we're always willing to have some extra recruits. That would be too strong.
I'm not sure the other guy, the masked wrestler, his name was Mosqueda something. He was out of Mexico too. I don't know if he's still wrestling or not. You know what I'm talking about?
No, no, I do not, bro. I'm not sure.
Mosqueda. Okay. Well, I wanna ask you, Blitz. I wanna ask you. Would you be interested in being in a tag team in Micro Championship Wrestling?
As far as things have gone in the past, I will never be in another tag team. Lone Wolf.
So what happened in the past, if you don't mind me asking, on the tag team situation?
Well, apparently my partners, they didn't care too much about the way I handle things. And when you see me wrestle, you'll understand why.
Okay, that's a fair enough answer. Okay, I got another question for you.
Answer.
With it being Halloween coming up and everything, would you like to come out dressed any different than your character to spook the crowd or anything, or?
I don't need to dress up as anything else. We've been to multiple venues, and I walk out in front of a crowd, and kids start crying because they're scared of me. Why would I dress up like anything else than that?
Wow, now that's really scary right there. So let me.
Bro, he comes out with a black trench coat, the black eyeliner, the black lipstick, and when he stares at the little kids, it looks like a little gothic Dracula, So the kids start crying. So he doesn't dress up much more than that to scare kids,
Wow. Cowboy Kit.
Yeah.
Would you ever be interested in if you ever had the opportunity, would you ever be interested in having a intergender tag team legends match with Cowboy Bob Orton? If he was still able to wrestle.
I'd do it.
Okay. Who would be your dream opponent to wrestle Cowboy Kit in Micro Championship Wrestling? Who would be your dream opponent that you haven't fought yet?
Just out of the Micro Championship Wrestling?
Out of Micro Championship Wrestling.
Oh, shit.
Blitz. Okay. If y'all had the opportunity to get Hornswoggle to come to Micro Championship Wrestling, would y'all?
Sure. Why not? But come on in and see if he can cut the grade. I don't know if he can make the cut, but we give him a chance.
I don't think he would last. Maybe
I don't think. I don't too much think you would either, because you guys go out there and you give it your all. You're fast in the ring. You do all these amazing acrobatic stunts, and I mean, you really put on a show for the fans. I mean, from what I've seen on True TV, and I'll be sure and check out some of y'all's videos on YouTube. And from what Johnny G said, y'all really go out there and give it your heart, and put all your heart into it and everything. And a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people understand. I think they look at midget wrestling, and they say, well, those guys are too short, they don't need to be wrestling, or those guys can't do this. But I think that once people see what y'all do, they're just blown away, and they're like, wow, these guys put on a better show than what I watch on TV with WWE or TNA. I mean, these guys are awesome, And I don't think you guys get enough credit for what y'all do. And I just want to take this time to say thank you for what y'all do. I mean, for the sport of wrestling in general, and the midget, the midget wrestling community, and the Micro Championship Wrestling. I think it's awesome what y'all do.
It's much appreciated. What people don't realize is we don't just wrestle. Every day we get up, 2-hour film session. Then we get to a venue. We do an hour stretch routine, 2 hours worth of training, and then we do a show. It's a 8, 9, 10-hour job we do. It's not just, set a ring up and we'll go wrestle like a bunch of other midget wrestling companies. No, we do film study, training, stretching every single day.
Wow. So y'all really have a lot more on your plate than people realize. I mean, y'all get all. I mean, y'all get all. All that you can out of it, and y'all do the best you can. And people don't realize that. So let me ask you this question. And this is for all three of y'all. I'm gonna name 5 wrestling names out of professional wrestling. And I want each one of y'all to give me a word that describes that person to y'all. Okay. The first name, Diamond Dallas Page.
Hard worker.
Determined.
Good athlete.
Okay. Mark Henry.
Huge.
I have nothing.
Okay. Okay. Jerry Lynn.
Awesome athlete. Awesome wrestler, man. Great worker.
Guy deserves more respect than he ever got.
Great performer.
Okay. Johnny Swinger.
Another great wrestler, man. Great wrestler. Great technical wrestler.
Haven't studied him, so I can't answer that.
I don't know.
Okay, and last but not least, Sting.
Overrated.
I'd have to say Prima Donna.
Does his job.
Okay. Now, my closing question for y'all? What are y'all's thoughts and opinions on Jeff Jarrett's Global Force Championship Wrestling, Global Force Wrestling, and do y'all see Micro Championship Wrestling and Global Force Wrestling working together in the future, since they are going all over the world, different countries and stuff?
Yeah, bro, I don't know nothing about him. To be honest with you, I don't know that much all about him, to be honest with you. As far as Jeff Jarrett, couldn't care less about him either. Where he's Yeah, and as far as Sheriff goes, no, I have no interest in doing business with him whatsoever. But I'll do whatever best for the company.
Yeah.
I'll always do what's best for the guys in MCW, whichever's the best for the future of the guys in MCW. That's what I'll do. But let's put it this way: as far as my past experience, so I would rather have nothing to do with Jeff Jarrett.
Okay. Well, in closing, do you have anything that you would like to promote, Johnny G, about Micro Championship Wrestling or any other projects y'all have coming up for the fans?
Well, we can just a couple things. Two things I said I want to tell you. A couple of the MCW Superstar Midgets did a tag team match. It's going to be on NXT on November 20th. So check that out. The MCW Midgets. I can't tell you who they are. Luckily, that'll be a surprise for you guys. Come check out. Please like our Facebook page, Micro Championship Wrestling Facebook page. Our website is mcwnation.com. We're always keeping our eyes and ears open for new midget wrestlers, new talent, new ideas. Looking for venues in different states to book tours. So if anybody wants, booking agents or anybody knows who anybody wants a tour or show, please let us know. And we appreciate your time on the air, brother. And for myself, Cowboy and Blitz, we'd like to say thank you very much for your time and having us on the show.
Thank you.
Okay, and you're very welcome, y'all. And I hope y'all come back in the future.
Sounds good, brother. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Take care. Yeah. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. God bless.